Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to C&T Talking Tigers, where we talk Auburn football. That's what we do. Hey, we're joined by Courtney and Toney Milford, and we are back once again. We, of course, thought that this week was going to be focusing on the upcoming game, but unfortunately, we got to talk about this past weekend, which was, in many cases, we just gonna be straight honest with it. We ain't sugarcoating it. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to watch. And we got to talk about what just happened. I might go on a little rant because I was not pleased with what I saw on the field. But Toney, just how you feeling, man? Cause I know we real deal talked down about Georgia State. We at one point didn't even know we got their name wrong a lot of times, and yeah, we don't know what happened, and it just looked awful out there on Saturday.
Yeah, man. I apologize to Georgia State. I kept calling them Georgia Southern, I believe. But hey, I know their name now, boy. They came out there and made me eat that. I was like, man, I done talked down on these boys all week. They came out here first drive and went right down the field.
Exactly.
Man, it was really embarrassing. We didn't come out with any fire and energy. This one is on the coaching staff and the leadership of the football team. The upper echelon guys, the upperclassmen, and the coaching staff did not have us as a whole ready to play that game. Coming off a big game, a huge game, on the road in front of the world. We came back out flat. I mean, I know it. I said it before the show. Sometimes it's hard to get up for those type of games as it is, and especially coming up to get up off of a big loss like that. But that was no excuse. We are markedly better than Georgia State. We're markedly better than them. We didn't show it Saturday. We made plays when we had to. We got saved by the grace of God and the refs at one point.
Yes.
We needed a little help because Schenker did not catch that ball.
No.
And so to know that we needed all that just to beat Southern Miss and a pick six at the end of the game just to stop it, like, that was awful. Like, it was hard for me to pull any positives out of that. And just like last week, there will be no more players. Even though we won, there will be no players of the games this week. Nobody deserves to be recognized for anything that happened in that game. Nobody deserved like this. That was awful. That was almost backsliding the Malzahn days, losing games we had no business losing. I mean, my heart can't take much more. I mean, we ain't gonna mention how Jacksonville State has rained on my football parade this year, and then to turn around to have to be Luke Boy. Woo, Lord have mercy. This was awful, man. There's much more I can say about that. These guys came out the gate, first drive, right down the field, third down conversions. I mean, these guys were 7 for 16 on third down. That's just under 50%. Like, they were getting every other third down they came across. They had 20 first downs on us, bro. They ran for 267 yards. That boy Greg had 12 carries for 250 himself. Man, it was hard. We had 6 penalties for 65 yards.
Yes.
We gave up 21 points in the second quarter. Like, when Zacoby came back in the second half, they scored no more. We didn't give up any more points, but the margin for error was so small that we had to pitch a shutout in the second half, because anything else we would have lost.
Exactly.
Thank God. Bo was playing God awful. Bo was out there 48%.
Woo! God.
He completed 48% of his passes. He was looking bad.
That's bad.
He was looking bad, man. The running game wasn't too hot with Tank. Tank only averaged like 3.3 a carry.
And fumbled the ball. Let's not forget, he fumbled the ball.
That fumble at the end of the game, man. I was at work. We was all watching the game. He fumbled that ball. I got up and left. That was it. I couldn't take no more. I got up and left work. I didn't cut the radio back on. I did not know we had won the game until the game was over. And I didn't want to look at nothing. I didn't want to hear nothing. And somehow I came across my phone and I looked, and then I went back and watched what had happened. Thank God for TJ Finley on a multiple plays where he just did get the ball out of his hands to avoid a sack and completed big passes. Big shout out to Smoke Monday to end the game, because the way we was playing, they might have went down there and got
it. Yep.
Jacoby came in and shored up everything. We blanked them on the board. I'm disappointed in the coaches, man. Disappointed in the coaches this week.
Yeah. They didn't have them ready. I'm ready. I mean, bro, like, like if something's not working, then go to something else. Like Tank was only averaging, like you said, 3 yards per carry. If you know he's only averaging 3 yards per carry, go to the second option. You got a second and third option that can push the ball down the field and that can do it effectively, and they was doing it effectively.
Yeah, Jarquez was 10 for 62.
10 for 62.
And so he was getting good games every time, man. I was disappointed with Derek Mason. We played too much zone against Penn State in my eyes. We played too much zone against Georgia State. We've been playing too much zone lately. The beginning of the year, during the preseason, our very early episode, I talked about how our secondary, mainly our corners, were up in your face, press man, sticky coverage guys, physical cat covered corners. That's all I talked about all year. And here he come playing this pussyfoot zone. We don't have zone guys. We don't have guys that are slow reactors or that are high IQ guys that need that know angles and need a little help here and there. No, we got athletes. And when you got athletes, you cat it up. You got that cat, you got that cat, and let's go. So hopefully we'll all grow and learn from this poor performance. Coaching staff, players, everybody should take accountability for this win that almost felt like a loss. It still felt like a loss. Because if we come out and we do the same thing down in Baton Rouge, we all know the results. We already know what the results are going to be.
Yep. We'll get into that.
And those guys, man, I think, they might have been looking ahead to the matchup Saturday. And I understand, but, man,
you don't drop the ball against Georgia State.
You can't take Saturdays like this for granted because, man, you could be.
You don't drop the ball. You don't drop the ball.
And now people looking at you now. Oh, you're gonna lose 5 games. You're gonna lose 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went from here to here real quick, man. One failed 60-minute session, man.
Yep, you could have said no better. I mean, how you went from being I wouldn't say a top contender, but in the conversation. So now,
from a team on the rise to
like a team that could hey, like if you catch them on a good weekend, or hey, you can't sleep on these boys. So now they on that. Hey, well, it's just it's the same old Auburn Gus Malzahn. Hey, you never know. And I was just disappointed. I mean, I was really disappointed. I thought I was off. I thought I was gonna have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy a vacation. I thought Auburn's gonna go down there. I was actually in the city of Georgia State. And I was like, man, it's gonna be good. We gonna go in here and beat Georgia State. And these boys struggling to get in the end zone. I cannot believe. They could not get in the end zone.
Them four field goals in the first half. I was just like, oh my God.
They can't get in the end zone.
Thank God for
Anderson Carson.
He might have missed one, but who cares? He clutched up with
he hit all the rest of them.
It was all we had in the first half. And if it went for him,
thank God for Caleb Newton for blocking that punt.
Yeah, shout out Cam Newton still paying dividends to Auburn.
Right.
We got our money. We got our money's worth out of you. We got our money's worth out of you, boy. We might need to give your dad another 180. We might need to give him another 100, allegedly. We need to make sure the doors of the church are still open for one Reverend Cecil Newton. Still coming up big for Auburn. But that's a that's a check that keep on writing itself right there.
Woo! I'm telling you, that doggone Caitlin Lou, he came in clutch because woo boy. And that changed.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. We'd have lost to Georgia Southern. It wouldn't have been no episode this week. You'd have shoot this motherfucker by yourself. Shit, I wasn't showing up for that. I'm calling that sick. You talking Tigers and shit. Just see this week.
See.
Next week after we beat LSU, I wasn't coming on. I'd have been on here like this if I had did the show. Hey, if I had did the show, Courtney, I'd have did that motherfucker like this shit, you know. Hey, you know, welcome to CNT Talking Tigers. You know, we represent, you know, because this is what I would have been relegated to had we lost to Georgia State. You know,
we might should have put on hoods for this episode instead of the last episode.
Oh, I'm telling you, boy, I'd have been walking around.
I should have broke out my hoodie for this episode instead of the last episode.
Man, I'm telling you, boy, we'd have lost to Georgia State, boy. Ooh, I'd just call Courtney and be like, man, you know what? Fuck that show. I don't want to do it no more. Oh man, but look, but after all the doom and gloom, after all the complaining about the play call, coaching, Tank fumbling, that
right,
Bo, TJ, we won.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you line up and you just want to have more points than the other team at the end when everything strikes zero. So when the 3 zeros hit the clock, we were winning. We got a W that put us at 3-1. I mean, we beat the Cupcakes and we lost on the road to a quality top 5 potential top 5 playoff team. So right now we are
about to get in.
We are where we should be. I know preseason expectations. Courtney had us 3-1 going to Baton Rouge. I had us 4-0. He jumped on the bandwagon and thought we were going to beat Penn State, in which I still feel like we should have.
We should have.
Our coaching staff and our players, they're still going with each other. We're learning on the fly. So at the end of the day, I won't complain. But going into this LSU session, man, we gotta address the elephant in the room. Well, there's 2 elephants in the room, and we ain't talking about them fat summer guns in Tuscaloosa neither.
Nope, not at all.
The 2 elephants in the room coming up this week. The biggest one in the room, obviously for everybody involved, Auburn family, is the quarterback situation. We came into the season, into the summer. Our very first episode talking about Coach Harsin, talking about our quarterback situation. I think we were on one accord when we said whoever the coaches put out there for that first game against Akron was who was best qualified to lead our team, and we move on to court. Bo looked amazing against Akron. Bo didn't look so good against Alabama State. Didn't look so hot against Penn State. Looked even worse last Saturday. And boom, we're down. We're struggling. Here comes TJ Finley. TJ wasn't all that, but he was better than what Bo was. Bo was about 48%. TJ completed about 56% of his. Quarterback rating was substantially higher. Threw a touchdown pass. He made some good decisions in the pocket as far as moving around. He made some throws, avoiding sacks that I don't think Bo would have made. Like I said, that ball to Schenker was not a completion. Thank God for us. We were playing Georgia State and we were at home, so we got the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what would have happened after that, but we don't have to worry about that. That's neither here nor there. TJ Finley is very familiar with the surroundings that we will be in Saturday. He played a whole season down there. He was starting quarterback.
Right.
I think I'd like to see TJ come out there and get another chance. Don't know if Bo was taken out more for performance or injury precaution or whatever it is. If it was injury, if they say they took him out for injury precaution or something to do with injury, they might slide him back in. But if it was If they pulled him for the same reason my eyes saw, TJ Finley should get the start Saturday. What you think, C?
I think so too. I think that our eyes have all seen what Bo can do and what he can't do. And at this point, if you don't play him, I mean, if people don't start to question this coaching staff even more. I just feel
man, I mean, they gonna get questioned either way, bro. If they put Bo back in, it's
they
gonna
are
be why you went back with Bo. You just put him in because he's bad and all this same. And if you don't put him back in, it's gonna be, well, why don't we ain't put Bo back? You might get those people. Well, why you ain't put Bo? It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. So what you gotta do is make the best situation, make the best decision for the team. Who gives us the best opportunity to win Saturday?
And at this point, I think it's TJ.
I like TJ, man. I'm with you, man. I think we need to roll with TJ. We probably can do a few more things with him. He might be a little more athletic than Bo. I could be wrong, but I like what I saw from TJ coming in cold like that and really just having to come in and get it. And he came in and he did what he could. So if you give him a whole week of reps with the first team, he know he's starting, he's comfortable, he's feeling himself, he can come out and perform a lot better. But we're gonna have our hands full simply due to where we are.
Yep.
Auburn has not won a ball game in this particular state, in this particular city, in this particular stadium since I was every bit of 17 years old.
I was
5 or 6. 1999 was the last time Auburn beat LSU in Baton Rouge. I was in the 11th. No, it was my senior year. I was 17 years old. Now here it is, 22 years later.
Still no win.
I ain't got no hair, and I got a whole beard. I done had 3 kids, and Auburn still, one of them went all the way from kindergarten all the way through high school, and Auburn still ain't won in Baton Rouge. We still ain't won in Baton Rouge.
It's some weird stuff that happened in Baton Rouge.
It's been a whole heap of children born and then turned into adults, and we still ain't won in Baton Rouge. And you can name off every coach we didn't have, because Tubbs didn't win down there.
Chiswick
didn't win down
Malzone.
there. Gus ain't won down there. God damn it, we got Brian Harsin. Guess who's finna win down there? Brian Harsin gonna win.
Brian Harsin gonna win.
The last time we were down there, we should have won down there. And if I'm not mistaken, the time before that we were down there, we should have won down there. Everything
21-0. 20.
Woo! Now the last time we were down there, we stepped out of bounds. No, he got caught. Remember, he got caught. Either he stepped out of bounds or he got caught. I can't remember. He didn't score. But I remember it was right before halftime. Gus screwed this up bad. We kick a field goal, we good. We win this game. He tries to throw a fade to Seth Williams. Derek Stingley picked it off. We did score. We lost.
Oh, my God.
Anything that can go wrong down there, I remember
it goes wrong.
I remember one time I was a little boy. I probably 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Auburn was playing LSU, and it was on pay-per-view. So you ain't old enough to remember that. Game wasn't on TV. Someone had to watch that thing on pay-per-view, Courtney.
Yeah, I don't remember
Auburn
that.
LSU down in Baton Rouge on pay-per-view, and they got a safety on Patrick Nix because they blew the whistle. Fan blew the whistle, and we stopped, and they sacked us and got a safety. And the referees were just like, "Hey, what now, whistle?" You know what I'm saying?
What can go wrong has gone wrong.
I've seen us lose on punt returns. I've seen us lose on last-second touchdowns with no time.
Don't get me started on that one. Ooh, don't get me. I remember the missed field goal game when I was in middle school when they missed, I think, 4 field goals. And that was heartbreaking. It was like they could not have played a perfect game. Brandon Cox played a good game. Kenny Irons played a good game. The defense was on point. and the special team
Bruh.
cost us the
Well,
game.
it's been some hurt. It's been some hurt moments
That
down
one
there,
hurt.
down at Baton Rouge, man. I'm telling you, man, it's been some hurting moments, man. But I'm
Ooh.
looking forward to it because I like it. I like it. We get to put our blues on. I like it when we have our blues on. Can't lie, because LSU like to wear white at home, so I like it when we have our blues on. LSU, man, they starting to, they starting to maybe hit their little stride. They done won 3 in a row after losing out there to UCLA. Max Johnson has been out there. He's been out there doing his thing, man. He's
Right.
15 touchdowns, 3 picks against UCLA. I'm just gonna take their 2 quality opponents they played because they played a couple of bombs. They played McNeese State, and Central Michigan in between playing UCLA and going down to Starkville. Against UCLA, Max Johnson, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, only threw a pick. Against Mississippi State, he went down on the road, down in Starkville, tough place to play. Cowbells clanging, 280 yards, 4 touchdowns, threw a pick. His favorite receiver he likes to go to is the butt boy, Kayshawn. I think it's Kayshawn
Butte.
Yeah.
Yeah, Butte or something like that.
Butte. Oh, Booty. Booty's got 300 yards and 8 touchdowns on the season, but he does his best work in big games. Against UCLA, he had 9 for 148 and 3 tuds. Against Mississippi State, he caught 4 for 85 with 2 tuds. They hadn't really done much on the ground, which they weren't going to be able to do much. Well, I would have thought nobody been able to do much on the ground against us anyway, but Georgia State proved that to be wrong. So hopefully, LSU will get beside themselves, get a little cocky and think because Georgia State was able to run on us like that they'll be able to line up and run the ball on us, which they won't, because we're not going to come in with the same attitude and demeanor that we came in against Georgia State going down to Baton Rouge. That won't happen. I can guarantee that. I don't have to be on the team, in the locker room, on the coaching staff to know that will be a different approach coming to this game. But like I said, the passing game is where it's at for them. So I do not want to sit back in those zones and try to let them and try to get picked apart. I want to cat this thing up. Let's line up. Let's bring pressure. They have given up a sack they've been sacked at least twice every game, except the only game they didn't was against McNeese, which they had no business getting sacked against McNeese. But they've been sacked.
Right.
I think against Central Michigan they were sacked 4 times, and they were sacked 2 or 3 times against UCLA. Another 2 or 3 times against Mississippi State. So the opportunity to get the quarterback on the ground is there. He has turned the ball over once in both big games. The loss to LSU. The loss to UCLA, he threw an interception. And the 28-25 win against Mississippi State, he turned the ball over. So the opportunity is there. It seems that he will give us the ball. It's just what we're gonna do with it when we get it. They haven't been world beaters on defense.
Right.
What you do against them defensively, what you're good at, is kind of what they let you do. So if we want to, I think we should. Same thing I told you about Penn State game, defense and running game travels. So if we can get down there and establish the run with Tank and Jarquez, and if our defense can play with the way they're capable of playing, I don't see why we shouldn't come away with our first win in 22 years, man.
Yeah. I'm actually not picking today. I'm not picking the game. I have a guest that's with us. So I'm gonna go get him.
I'm gonna finish talking about this LSU game, man, because like I said, it's a big game for us, man. This is a swing schedule game, right? We gotta win this, man, because after this, it is murderer's row for the Auburn Tigers. I don't know if most Auburn fans should already know, but our schedule doesn't get any easier from this point. After we leave Baton Rouge, we come back home next week and face the toughest team in the country, in my estimation, the Georgia Bulldogs, with the roughest, toughest defense you ever want to see. And then after that, we don't catch a break because we got to go to Arkansas, and those boys are ask A&M, ask Jimbo. Those boys ain't playing. So there's another tough game. So we got to win this LSU game because Georgia at home next week. Then you got to go on the road to Arkansas, get a bye week. You got Ole Miss and Matt Corral and that high explosive offense coming in. you don't catch a break because right after that, and we got to go down to the 12th man. We got to go to A&M, which the the road team usually wins those games. Right after that, Mississippi State. Got to get our revenge in South Carolina, and then we got Alabama. Oh man, real, is that you?
Yeah.
Come on, get on camera, real. Let everybody see you. Bring it on in. So yeah, Auburn family, we got to win this game, man, because we got a tough gauntlet coming up, and we don't want to jump into that gauntlet down the LSU game. We don't want to lose more games than we anticipate. Because I already anticipate a loss to Georgia. I'm sorry, home or no home, I don't think we beat the Georgia Bulldogs this year. And then Arkansas is going to be tough, man. That's going to be really, really tough. So I'm nervous about the final stretch of the season, and we got to start picking it up and putting it down the way we're supposed to. If not, it's going to be looked at as the same old Auburn, Gus or no Gus. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big Harsin guy, man. I believe in Harsin. I believe in Allen Green. So I need us to do what we finna do, baby. I think Courtney stepped away. I think Rev's gonna be joining us in a minute. He has family down there in Baton Rouge, I believe. So he probably bid tithes and offerings with another preacher down there. You know, every preacher ain't always been honest, and every honest preacher ain't always been a preacher. You find an honest preacher, you come let me know. Them guys be some crooks. But not this preacher, though. He's a good one. I'm just saying. You gotta pay the man to tell us how good God is. Ain't that some mess?
All right. I found our guest, Brother Toney, and without further ado, we are bringing on to the show for the very first time, the one and only from Auburn Tigers Church of the Living God, AME Baptist Fellowship Church of God in Christ, out of Auburn, Alabama, the one and only, the Reverend AU Eagle.
Okay, man. Real, welcome to the show, Real.
Brother Toney, bless you, sir. Bless you. It's so good to be among the saints here once again. The loyal saints of Auburn Tigers, Auburn University. It's a beautiful to be among the beautiful saints of the plain. You know, I have a song we sing in my church. We say, "I'm so glad I'm an Auburn fan. I'm so glad I'm an Auburn fan. I'm so glad I'm an Auburn fan, singing glory, hallelujah. I'm an Auburn fan. Hey, hiya.
Oh, boy.
Woo!
You finna have church up in here, boy.
Woo!
Hey,
Woo!
Started, Real. Summon the love of them. Hallelujah.
Woo! Hiya, but it's such a blessing to be here.
Real, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad you take time out your busy schedule to leading your flock every week and making sure we give praise to the big man upstairs after every Auburn victory, and even in defeat, we still thank God that we are here. Now, Real, we got a tough game this week. Going down to LSU, down in Baton Rouge, those other Tigers. Those Tigers.
Yeah.
So we're going down there to pay them a visit, Rev. We just want to know, the people want to know, what does Reverend AU Eagle think of our chances this week against LSU?
Well. I'm glad you asked about that.
Take your time.
It's been a while since we went and won. I was listening on the side in the orange and blue room here while you and brother Courtney was talking. It's been since 1999. 1999. I had just got my minister license. I didn't have a church. Didn't have no church. Didn't have no church. It was just a dream. It was just a dream, as Big and Small would say. You know, I used to be in the world. I know who Big and Tupac is. Okay, really. It was just a dream. But now here we are. You know, we have the church and everything is wonderful, but wonderful. But it's been a while. It's been a minute. But I just want to leave a word with the Auburn faithful. You know, I have a few words, and you know, I always brought, you know, this right here. It will save your life. It's my playbook, and it saves. You know, it's Brother Harson and the coaching staff. If you know, if they would have this on the side, you know, this makes a difference now, and I believe, you know, y'all have this as well with your playbook. You know, this will make a difference. It will make a difference. No. I want to go to the Psalms, not Psalms, but Psalms. You know, 5, and it says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning." And I have another verse. We gotta go to another verse, and it is from Isaiah, and it says, I'm having a little trouble here, but I'm gonna get it. And the Bible says, "They shall mount up, they that wait upon the Lord. He shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as an eagle, and they shall run and not be weary." Now, I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna stop right there because I feel excitement coming on when you start reading those verses. You get a little excited. So my prediction for this game, I wrote down a little something for y'all today, and it's this simple. It's this: the Eagles will soar at night. The Eagles will soar at night. Now, Reverend, what do you mean by that? Well, the verses said, "They shall mount up with wings as an eagle. They shall run and not be weary." And then the other verse say, "Weeping may endure for a night." That LSU game is at 8:00 on ESPN. And guess who going at night? And guess who's gonna be there? The Auburn Tigers, the War Eagles. And another reason why they're gonna win this game. Number one, this ain't the same LSU. We talk about LSU winning in 2019. They had Joe Burrow, they had Van Jefferson, they had Chase, they had Chase. Chase. They had all of them. But this ain't the same. This ain't the same team. This ain't the same team. Max Johnson, you're good, but I don't know if you great, son. I don't know.
We had Joe Burrow beat too.
We had him beat too. But Johnson, son, I don't know if you are great. You might be better than your daddy, but I don't know if you on that level that everybody trying to put you on. And then the rest of the team, y'all all right, but y'all ain't that team. And this team that's gonna show up in Baton Rouge is something. Another point I want to add: TJ, Jaquez, and Tank. And I said them all in that order for a reason. Brother Toney. I said them all in that order. TJ going home. He's from Louisiana. They didn't do him right down there. They said, you know, we want Max. They didn't do him right. Ed, you didn't do him right. And he came.
Son.
He came. That's right. See, you be going to Sunday school. This is a save show right here. This is a save show. You know what you talking about. The prodigal son. Yeah. He coming home. He came to the night. He came on to the night. So you know how that story goes with the prodigal son. We know how that ends. Jaquez is this special. That brother is special. I mean, 7 yards a carry. This brother is special. He has an anointing on his legs, in his hands, that's all over his body. He just, I feel like if I touch Jaquez, I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna be like,
don't call the ambulance. Don't worry.
That Jaquez is something special. He has them anointing, and Tank, Tank, Jesus, Tank been there. He knows what it's like. You know, he disappointed us on last week. You know, he Tank, you disappointed us, son. You know, you had my church mothers, you know, they love you. They love you. They just can't get enough of you. They want you to come to the church. You know, they don't want to offer. I told them y'all gotta calm down now. Y'all supposed to be saved. But last week they weren't talking too much about your Tank. They weren't talking about you on Sunday morning. Yeah. So Tank, you been there, son. I need you to show back up again. I need you. TJ, Jaquez, and Tank, and last, LSU stinks. They stink. Not stink, stink. You said Baton Rouge. That the nickname for the stadium is Death Valley. We all know what death is. We all know what death is. And if you ever been to,
like enough.
You know, if you ever been to a funeral, you know, it stank. With death stank. So we going to a place that's already dead. Because they'll put it on their logo, death. They stink. And when you go in somewhere that's already dead, you already victorious. Oh! Woo!
You coming in with that life.
I feel life, and they gonna stay there. They gonna be death because they stink. Death stinks. You can't just name your places any old name. That's why you can't name your children any old name. Names have meanings, and when you want to name your place Death Valley, you stink. They say, you know, it's a verse that say, I don't want to go preaching too long here, but it's a verse that says, sin stinks in the nostrils of the Almighty God, and death stinks in the nostrils of college football fans across America. So Auburn, go in there and be victorious because they already have lost because they are deaf and they stink. And we gonna go all.
What you think the score gonna be, real?
Well, brother Tony, you know, I thought hard about this. I thought hard. You know, I prayed, I fasted, and I said, you know, Lord, I don't want to go too high, but I don't want to go too low. I know because I know my team. I know they good. I just know. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Auburn gonna win the game. 34-24. We gonna beat them by 10. And you know, I feel like it's gonna come down to that running and that defense. You know, TJ, take your time, son. Take your time. Let the Lord use you. You know, we having prayer meeting tonight and Bible study. You're welcome to come, Brother Toney. Brother Courtney already, he coming on the way because I had to pull him because he was getting a little too excited and he gonna have to repent this week because he almost cussed last week and he almost resorted to drinking. He wasn't brought up like that. Boy. He wasn't brought up like that.
Yeah, tell he can leave the cussing and drinking to me.
We done taught him well. and so we gonna pray for him. He gonna be back next week. He gonna be all right. But we gonna be in prayer for TJ because we have faith that the Lord is going to anoint him as the quarterback for this week. And we're gonna pray for Bo too. We're gonna pray for his feelings because Bo looked like Boo, and not the Boo that you call your babe. He looked like Boo the ghost because we couldn't find the real quarterback. He looked like a ghost out there. So we're gonna pray that his mind and somebody come and touch him, and find the light. But 34-24 Auburn down there in Stank Valley, as I call it, because they dead.
I like that, Real. I like that. I think I'm thinking somewhere along the line of maybe 27-21 myself. I think we get a couple field goals and put some touchdowns up. I think we beat them 27-21, 27. I think that sounds about right. 27-21, 27-17, somewhere up in there. We're gonna win by 6-10 somewhere. I'm with you, Rev. I'm with you. I don't know if we're gonna score as many as you think, but I don't think they're gonna score as many. They ain't gonna score as many as you think neither. I don't know. I got us winning. I like 27-21. I like that.
That's all. Hey, that's all right, brother Tony. Hey, long as we come out with the W and the V, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Because I'm tired of these people calling my phone every time Auburn look shaky. I had my father who he still ain't saved and came to the light yet. He till for that whatever that school is up north. He calling me last week saying, "Hey, son, you sure your school all right? You need to stop all that foolishness. Y'all need to stop all that foolishness. Acting like y'all and all that. Y'all ain't all that. Y'all ain't all that. Get some sense. Get some sense and go somewhere and sit down. Y'all, but we got y'all. We got y'all.
They come. They come.
It's coming.
But we worry about this Saturday right now. We're gonna get to them. But we worry about getting to this Saturday. And Real, we got your prediction. We got mine. I think Courtney had already said he had us winning. So if you want to open the doors of the church, we get all out of here.
Yes. Listen, all you lovely people out there, Brother Courtney told me to tell you, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to CNT Talking Tigers on YouTube. They have some good content out there now. You want to subscribe to them. Get on this train now because it's going and it's going fast. So you need to go on and hop on right now.
Next season, we trying to be SEC Media Days or something.
Yes, and they want to bring their good friend, the Reverend Dell, with them too. So
Reverend AU Eagle.
Yes, and he we trying to go too. So make sure you subscribe, and you can also follow CT Talking Tigers on, as the young people say, IG. I'm still old school. I call it Instagram, and also on Twitter as well. Facebook coming soon. For all you Facebook lovers, it's coming soon.
We'll have it before the game kick out Saturday.
You heard it first from Brother Tony. It's coming. Just wait on it. There's another one. Just wait on it. That's a sermon right there. Woo! I feel like I preach on it. Woo! Just wait on it. So yes, make sure you subscribe. The doors of the church are always open here at CNT Talking Tigers. And as always, I'm so glad I'm an Auburn fan. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm an Auburn fan. I'm so glad I'm an Auburn fan. Thinking glory, hallelujah. I'm an Auburn fan. War Eagle. Woo! Hiya. Yes, God. Is that's all, Brother Tony? We will bid adieu, and we will see y'all on next week. War Eagle.
Bless you.
Bless you.